Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rhinebeck High School and the second football game of the season. Our first broadcast with the Rhinebeck Black Hat, hosting the Dobbs Ferry Eagles with Rob Moretti. I'm Stephen Assis, coming to you, as I said, from Rhinebeck High School. Rob, this looks to be a pretty spirited contest between these two rivals.
Well, the last time these two teams met was in the semifinals of last year's playoffs, but so much has changed since then. It was a game that Rhinebeck won 15-7, by the way.
Right.
But Dobbs Ferry had a lot of young junior talent on that team. A lot of their top players from last year are back this year and in prime positions. Rhinebeck graduated a lot of their leadership and talent, so they're still kind of rebuilding after losing that talent, trying to figure a few things out.
So it's the 1-0 Dobbs Ferry Eagles versus the 0-1 Rhinebeck Black Hat. We'll be back in just a moment with the kickoff.
Guys, I want you to shake hands. Have a good time. Play the wish. Play the wish. It was a hit.
So here we are at the start of the game. Kickoff, Rhinebeck will kick off to Dobbs Ferry, going from right to left on the field. In to kick off is John Luiso for Rhinebeck. Back to receive is Jabril Kapadia. Oh, an onside kick. Just crosses the line. We'll see who has possession. And Dobbs Ferry is able to fight for possession to start the game. So, Rob, they'll have possession on their own 48-yard line as Dobbs Ferry starts the offense.
That's tremendous starting field position. And so far, we've done 2 football games this season on LMC TV, and both games have started with an onside kick.
You know, I guess it's not as uncommon as the coaches would like to think. Although you saw there, Rob, how they came pretty close to coming up with the possession. It's a pretty effective tool if you can do it successfully.
Yeah, that was a nice little like 50-50 really on that onside kick. Either team could have come up with it.
Under center for the Eagles is number 2, Christopher Cipriano. He is a senior for Dobbs Ferry. Toss right around the right end, and he has daylight. Out across the 40, and a ball is on the ground. No, the official ruled it dead.
I think that was the right call. I think the knee touched before the ball came out.
I think you're right. Nick Derrico on the tackle.
First down, Dobbs Ferry.
See when Dobbs wants to go and use their secret weapon, Kyle Coach.
Right.
He's been used as a lineman the last couple of years where they've swapped him into fullback, and he's a big guy. He's like a refrigerator. Tough to tackle. It's Capadia in the backfield now. He's their star running back and was last year as well.
Cipriano with the toss left to Ted Annunziato. Annunziato is taken down after a short gain by Chris Colangelo. Solid play from Colangelo as well as Marks Chunchuli. Both of them in on the tackle, but a illegal procedure on the Eagles. We'll see if they elect to take the penalty or the loss of down.
All start Dobbs Ferry.
I always find it's a point of confusion for me in high school. In the NFL, when there's a false start, the play is dead.
Right.
But they clearly let them play the down, and then they can elect whether they want the penalty or the down.
You know, I wonder, Rob, if the reason for that in the NFL is safety to avoid injury, you would think that there would be even more cause for that or motivation for that on the high school ranks.
Regardless, it's a 1st and 15 now for Dobbs Ferry. Same package. Everyone in tight.
So it'll be 1st and 15 at the Rhinebeck 45. Handoff up the middle goes to Capadia. The senior fullback powers his way back to the original line of scrimmage, or just shy of it. It'll be 2nd down and a long 11. Timeout on the field, timeout called by Rhinebeck. So we'll be back in just a moment here on LMC TV, Varsity Sports. So we're back with a 2nd and 11 for the Eagles of Dobbs Ferry at the Rhinebeck 41-yard line. Fake toss right, the drop back to pass, goes deep. Oh, off the fingertips of number 22, Jordan Lyerly. Several black hats in on the defense there, among them Gabe Asram and Ben Galern.
That was good pass defense too. Yeah. Definitely no chance of a pass interference there, but definitely made Lyerly a little uncomfortable enough to force that incompletion.
He did have to turn around a little bit on that reception, and he did have the height advantage. His hands were there to make that catch. I would say that pretty much needs to be a reception. Pass did have a little flutter to it though. So here it is, 3rd and 11. Handoff off the right side. Gets around the right end. Capadia out at the 29 or 30. No, it looks like he's out right at the 30. So it'll be 4th down and 5.
Come on, boys, defense!
In on the tackle again was Asram and Galern. Getting a lot of action on that right side. That's 3 plays in a row that they've made.
It looks like he picked up the 1st down though, just got enough.
Oh, my correction. Okay, my fault. I had that 5 yards off.
Yeah, he just got it by a few inches.
Depth perception was off on that, Rob. I apologize. I had that off by 5 yards.
So got to trace the line in your head.
Exactly. Dobbs Ferry was able to pick up the yard to gain. So it is 1st and 10, Dobbs Ferry at the Rhinebeck 30-yard line. Cipriano back under center. Ayala had first contact in the offensive backfield. But even though he wasn't able to come up with the tackle, he was able to slow the running back down enough to get that team tackle after just a short gain of maybe, what, half a yard.
If that. It looks like the stick hasn't even moved.
By the way, Rob, in case you didn't notice, I did. Kyle Coach is in the game. That monstrous number 32 in the huddle for Dobbs Ferry. We'll see if
He's
he
got a
gets the
size
ball.
advantage on everybody on the field.
Every single player except
Second down on the 29-yard line.
maybe Ian Gabriel, number 55.
And I still think he's got more mass.
He's got the size on him, yeah, the weight.
That is scary.
There he goes. He gets the ball off tackle and is stopped for no gain. Maybe a half a yard. But I have to tell you, Rob, Rhinebeck has got to be thrilled with the gang tackling on that play.
And they also, a big guy like that, you got to tackle him low and take his legs out, and that's exactly what they did.
Definitely.
If they can do that technique-wise throughout the game and negate the effect that coach can have, that could definitely help them on defense.
So it'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Dobbs Ferry Eagles. Coach stays in, as does Capadia.
That is a very threatening backfield.
Capadia is set slot right. Handoff to Capadia around the left side. He has an opening in the clear. Down inside the 10-yard line, down to just about the goal line is Capadia. After breaking a few tackles on the left side, it'll be 1st and goal, Dobbs Ferry.
Took a couple defenders with him on the way, too. He runs hard.
You know, that is the difficulty of that triple option attack where you've got that running back
First
in the
down,
backfield,
Dobbs Ferry.
but then you have that slot back circling around the back of the offensive set, potentially taking the handoff. You don't know which way the ball's going to go. Is the quarterback going to keep it? Is the tailback going to get it? Or is that slot back going to get it around the end? And that's exactly what happened, that third option. So 1st and goal. Gives it to Capadia. He powers through. In for the touchdown. Score for Dobbs Ferry.
Touchdown,
So they
Dobbs
go
Ferry.
up 6-0 with a little bit under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter and the extra point to come.
And if you're Rhinebeck, obviously you're upset on the opening possession that you give up the touchdown, but they did have a short field to work with. They got the ball on their own 48. They did show some positive signs on defense as well on individual plays. That's important for this team, a lot of youth.
Yes, this will be a growing season. The kick is up. No good, wide left.
Point after attempt is no good.
So Danny DeRusso in to attempt the extra point for the Eagles. Sends it wide left, and the score is 97-0. No, it is 6-0. They'll get that scoreboard fixed, and we'll be back in just a moment here on LMC TV, Varsity Sports. And the kick is short.
Move the ball 5 yards.
Taken by Emilio Ayala, and down right as he received the ball, taking no chances there. And Rhinebeck will have the ball 1st and 10
by Emilio Ayala
at their own 40-yard line.
You know, Ayala probably all summer long has been practicing blocking on a kickoff. Probably didn't really know what to do with the ball once he got
First
it. Figured
down
we've
from
got
the
the ball, and we
39-yard
just
line.
take it down and not risk anything.
I think that was probably coach's instruction there.
Still not bad field position for Rhinebeck to start out from.
Frank Caparelli under center for the Black Hat. Handoff goes to Gio Maffei.
Rhinebeck carried by Gio Maffei.
Maffei loses about 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and a long 12 for the Black Hats.
I'm excited to see some of Rhinebeck's skill position players. They got some height.
Right.
Caparelli, a lefty with height at quarterback. John Luiso's got height. Jack Evans in the backfield.
With all this turnover, there's a lot of unknowns. Oh, flea flicker. He throws it up. He had Luisa open, but the flea flicker was not successful.
Incomplete
Caparelli
pass.
did
Third
everything
down
he
coming up.
can just to maintain possession of that ball. On the one hand, he was smart to throw it and get rid of it, avoid the rush. On the other hand, that was a sitting interception waiting to happen. So,
and it would have been Ted Annunziato never turned around. If he saw the ball and stopped running, he would have had an easy pick.
All in all, chalk it up to an incompletion and move on. 3rd down and 12 for Rye-Neck at their own 38-yard line. Caparelli hands off to Azram. Azram tackled for a loss again back at his 30-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down and 20 for Rye-Neck, and they send in the punting unit.
4th down.
Well, last week Rye-Neck lost to Warrensburg, a Section 2 team, 38-12. Game played up in Kingston at Dietz Stadium, but it did put up 12 points, so it's not that the offense isn't capable of getting the ball moving. They just weren't able to get it done here. Does Caparelli punt too, or is this a trick play?
It looks to be that Caparelli is the punter. They sail the snap, but Caparelli able to get a nice big boom on it. Out at about the 40-yard line. We'll see where they mark it officially, as it did sail out of bounds, right at the 40.
25-yard gain on the punt, that's not bad.
No, a pretty good result in high school football. So when play resumes, it'll be 1st and 10 Dobbs Ferry. We'll be back in just a moment.
Ball punted out of bounds.
1st and 10 Dobbs Ferry at their own 40-yard line. Sweep left, gains about 6 on the play to Ted Annunziato. Annunziato sprinting around the back of the offensive formation, as I had said, gets that sweep left, and he is out beyond contain before you can even establish the corner.
This Dobbs Ferry offense, minus, of course, the X factor and coach, is pretty similar to what Rye-Neck's offense was right when they started making that state championship run a couple of years ago.
It does look very similar.
Triple option, guys running in motion every play, trying to basically give the defense a low chance of knowing where the ball is.
2nd down and 4 for the Eagles. Annunziato in motion again. The ball goes to coach, and he lumbers his way in a fumble. Ball is on the ground. We'll see who has possession. Looks like Dobbs Ferry still has possession. We would see more excitement from Rye-Neck if it had changed hands. So after the 1st down, ball is ruled dead at the Rye-Neck 43-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Dobbs Ferry at that point.
That's the one risk factor with getting a lineman and giving him the ball time and time again, is he's not used to cradling that ball in a way that it won't pop out.
Those 5 points of contact. So this time Capadia gets it. He rumbles out about 7, maybe 8.5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and short for the Eagles. You know, one of the advantages, Rob, of that triple option offense is it spreads out the defense in such a way that you're not going to get too many hacks on the ball trying to stop the point of gain.
It has been effective for a number of teams, and Rye-Neck's used it. Wait a minute, we've got a flag on the play.
Looks like we might have a flag on the bench here. I believe that is a warning on the Rye-Neck bench to back up.
I think it's a warning. I don't think any yardage is going to be assessed. I think the first time it is just a warning.
It is just a warning, and the next, he just said the next time it will be 5. So that seemed pretty quick how he just turned around, saw a foot over the line, and assessed the warning. Oh, they've got a nice rush going, and he's sacked behind the line. Beautiful gang sack from about 5 Rye-Neck pass rushers. Did not give Dobbs Ferry any time to set up and complete a pass.
And Cipriano's not a guy who throws a lot, so definitely give Rye-Neck defense credit
up on the 40-yard line.
For sniffing that out. Yeah. So it'll be 3rd down and about 6 coming up for Dobbs Ferry. A crucial 2nd down sack there, but as Dobbs Ferry was really rolling there. And we'll see if they can get a 3rd down stop here. Cipriani under center, hands it off to Capadia. Capadia down across the 35, inside the 34.
I think he's got it.
Down at the 33. That will be enough for a first down.
First down, Dobbs Ferry.
Tough yardage gained by Jabril Capadia, number 44, the senior fullback for Dobbs Ferry. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the Rhinebeck 34-yard line. Now I'm noticing, Rob, there are no hash marks on the field. Makes it a little bit harder for us to spot, but we'll call that the 44 for now based on the sticks out at the sideline, even though it does look to be the 33. Timeout on the field.
Timeout, Dobbs Ferry.
Timeout called by the Eagles, so we'll be back in just a moment with 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter here on LMC TV Varsity Sports. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 33-yard line. Oh, reverse has the Panthers fooled. Beautiful tackle attempt. Finished off by Nick Derrico.
Brought down by Rhinebeck.
Big gain, though.
Yeah, Derrico with the tackle stops him just short. Derrico gets him after a 9-yard gain.
Second down on the 24-yard line.
So it'll be 2nd down and less than a yard here. Cipriani puts it in the gut of Capadia.
Not a bad idea.
First down, Dobbs Ferry.
Another 5-yard gain, puts it inside the 20. It'll be 1st and 10, Dobbs Ferry at the Rhinebeck 19-yard line.
Black Hats are having some real trouble trying to move through this Dobbs Ferry line. Most of their points of contact have been after the line of scrimmage.
It does appear that Dobbs Ferry has a slight size advantage on the line. Oh, nice fake. Goes to Ted Annunziato. Annunziato picks up 10 on the play, maybe 15. Looks to be out of bounds at about the 6-yard line.
First down, Dobbs
So it'll
Ferry.
be 1st and goal for the Eagles.
Dobbs Ferry, not too flashy, but methodically getting it done. Sticking mostly to the run game, and
It appears,
It ain't
Rob,
broke,
they've
don't
only
fix it.
run about 3 or 4 different plays. They just keep running them successfully. It's an old adage in coaching, is run it until they stop it. Around the 8, outside is Najee Smith, and he is in for the touchdown. Touchdown from
Dobbs Ferry.
6 yards out for Najee Smith, the junior halfback from Dobbs Ferry. So the score is now 12-0 with the extra point to come. Danny DeRusso in to attempt the extra point for Dobbs Ferry.
Chris Colangelo in there, a good last-ditch effort to try to save that touchdown, but when you're one-on-one that close to the end zone, there's not a whole lot you can do.
Especially with one hand. Chris broke his pinky finger, or broke the finger on the thumb on his left hand in a scrimmage against Saunders, and is now got his hand wrapped in a club-like cast, which enables you to continue playing defense, but some of those types of hits where you need to stop them on a dime, they're just not going to be that easy.
It's also a loss for Rhinebeck because Colangelo can do so many things on offense as well, but
The kick is low and
Point after
short,
attempt is
no
no
good, so it remains 12-0 with just about 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment here on LMC TV Varsity Sports.
so that was actually the end of the first quarter, although the scoreboard still says 0 left in the first. I think they're just getting it set. Kickoff will come from DeRusso. It's a squibber picked up by Colangelo and tackled right there. Rhinebeck at their own 30. They'll set up shop.
Kick return by
Rob,
Chris
we were
Colangelo.
reminded that the official time
First down,
would be
30
kept on
yards.
the field. They're going to do their best to have the scoreboard reflect the official time, but just work with us people. Hopefully we can keep track of the time on the field.
We promise you that we will let you know everything we know.
Exactly.
Which is not a lot. So Caparelli under center. Gio Maffei is in the backfield. Handoff inside. That was Maffei for short loss.
Yeah. Najee Smith and Jordan Lauren in on the tackle there, number 7 and number 55. The Rhineck trainers are working on Colangelo on the sideline. Not sure if he tweaked something in his left leg. We'll have to check on that and get back to you.
Second down, 12. Got Luiso split out wide right. Handoff inside, nothing doing.
Najee Smith either sniffed that out or was called on a blitz because he was charging the line before the snap even happened, and he met the running back right at the line of scrimmage. Actually in the backfield, as you can see.
Third down.
Well, this is where Rhineck has to really figure a few things out. The last couple of years, they've had some fantastic running back and quarterback duos, from Thomas Pipolo to Jake Sevion stepping in an option role last year. And of course, the multi-headed attack that took them to the state championship game. They still had Dom Brescia last year, who went all section. There's a lot of new faces there that haven't seen a ton of action. Handoff, there goes Jack Evans. Evans with a nice gain. It'll be 4th down and 6.
That was a gorgeous misdirection play, Rob. Evans taking it off the left tackle veer on a scissors fake handoff reverse. And a beautiful job by Evans to get it out there. Unfortunately, that one tackler that stood in his way made the tackle. And so now it's 4th and 5.
Caparelli deep to punt. Capadia back to receive for the Eagles. Snap comes in, punt is away. He'll take a bounce at the 40. It'll die right about the 37-yard line. Caparelli showing he can punt pretty well. A lot of times at this level, you don't know what you're going to get at the kicking positions.
Punt down to
and the other thing is, went under fire. That was a floated snap. The defense was charging on the pass, on the punt rush, and he was still able to stay poised and get a nice high kick with some distance.
That might bode well for his time at quarterback as well if they decide to start throwing the ball later in the game.
Absolutely. To have some pocket presence and know where the defenders are around you is key to being able to make those passes, even get them off.
You'd have to think they'd have to try that soon. The running game generally just is not getting it done right now. At least change up the playbook a little bit so you can get the Eagles. Well, the Eagles have the ball now, so we'll focus on that. Hand off for about 3 yards. Was that Coach in the backfield?
Yeah, I believe it was. I saw that big number 32 rumbling over the right side. I think he picked up about 3 on that play, Rob.
Well, that's generally more what you would expect to get out of a big guy like that, is pretty consistent short to medium gains.
Right.
You're not gonna, unless he starts dragging the whole team with him, you're not expecting him to get large gains.
Or runs over a defender where that's the last defender available to tackle, yeah.
But guys can still catch up with him though. He's not blazing speed fast. Hand off Capadia inside. Pretty much got back to the line.
Brought down by Rhineck.
Solid job there, Rob, from Dan Garofalo.
The 3rd down and 6 for Dobbs Ferry. Rhineck looking to make their first stop of the game. See what the Eagles dial up. Cipriano under center. Smith in motion. Ball is loose on the ground. No, it's picked up and rushed to the far side close to the first down marker. It's going to depend on the spot.
Looked like that was Nick DeRico on the carry, Rob. Number 70. I'm sorry, that's Rhineck. That was Najee Smith, Rob, on the carry for Dobbs Ferry. Fumbled it backwards, but it took a very fortunate bounce right back into his hands, and he just jetted upfield.
Very strange play.
Push him back! Push him back, Rhineck! Do it! Just do it, Rhineck! Push him back!
So now there's official time on the field. I'm not sure if that's for a
Push
measurement.
him back!
Well, the stick hasn't moved yet.
Right.
The down marker is still back in the line of
But
scrimmage.
it looks like they do have the ball down by the first down stick.
It looks like it's short. Do we have a timeout? I didn't see a signal for a timeout.
I think it was a timeout for official measurement.
Well, let's see. They are going to measure this one. We don't have a perfect angle, but I thought it was about a half yard short. But the inexact science here, especially at this level, oh, that is close.
Just short.
So we fourth down and a
Fourth
foot.
down.
We'll see if Dobbs Ferry wants to go for it, or if they like the 2-touchdown lead and they'll just punt it away. They have to like how their defenses look so far.
Definitely, but at the same time, they've been able to gain positive yardage on most running plays, especially the ones that are direct right up the line, right up the gut.
We'll find out soon. Just a few chain links short, you can see. Scoreboard showing 7-11 left in the first half. That may or may not be official. We'll see what kind of formation Dobbs Ferry comes. Rhineck is not expecting a punt. They're in their standard set defense. They will go for it on a 4th and inches.
Cipriano with some last-second instruction to his running backs, with Coach in the backfield there.
It is Coach, and it is a first down for Dobbs Ferry.
Wasn't much surprise there who was going to get the ball, Rob.
Picked up a couple extra yards, too, going over the top of the pile.
Yep. In those
First down,
situations,
Dobbs
though,
Ferry.
as you might have heard from the fans here, you got to be looking to strip that ball out. He's going to be standing up tall, and he can only cover so much of the ball when he's as big as that.
Coach and Smith in the backfield, Capadia in the slot back position. It's a handoff to Smith. And Smith jets up the right sideline, picks up 8.
Najee Smith has some serious speed, Rob. When he gets to that second level, he is from the first to second level in no time flat.
Explosive.
Yeah,
It's not just the speed, but the acceleration.
right.
Second down, 41-yard line.
That'll bring up a 2nd and short for the Eagles. About halfway through the second quarter. Dobbs Ferry already up 12-0. Looking for more. Delayed handoff, Capadia met at the line, gets through. Throw level, Capadia rumbling down. And he's in. Touchdown, Dobbs Ferry. Ben Galern was chasing and just could not whip him down.
Nice job, Ben! Nice job!
You know, Rob, when you tackle up high, that is when the big backs really have the advantage, because you just bounce off those pads and those big, strong arms that they have. You've got to tackle low, take their legs out, and there's nothing left for them to move when they don't have their legs. It's a tough lesson to learn, and it's hard to implement, especially when you got those huge legs, those tree trunks churning.
So DeRusso in to attempt the extra point. His first 2 were no good. This one up and off the crossbar, no good. He's getting closer.
Extra point is no good.
I believe the saying is close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, right? So that's not going to be any points on the board beyond the 6 they score for the touchdown. So now 18-0 Dobbs Ferry with just about half of the second quarter remaining.
Well, Rhinebeck will get the ball back, see if they can change up what's happening on offense. We'll be right back. So DeRusso will kick it off. He's been sending squibbers up the last couple times. We'll see what he goes for this time. Same idea. Just dove on by Emilio Ayala. I think they're targeting him a little bit.
That's the second time Ayala has received a kickoff
Kick
and gone
recovered by
right
Emilio
down
Ayala.
with it. It's got to be coach's instruction, Rob.
Especially if Ayala drops it, that's a live ball.
And I was about to say, on that one, that was impressive for Ayala to even catch it. It basically was a diving catch on that, and you do not want to deflect that down and then try and scoop it up and run with it because it's not far enough downfield. The kicking team is going to be on top of you in no time whatsoever.
So Rhinebeck will have it on their own 35-36.
Yep, on the 36, Rob. I see Colangelo is in on offense. Got to be on the left side there of the formation. There he goes in
He
motion.
goes in motion. It is a handoff to Colangelo. He can't get through the pile.
Ball carried by Chris Colangelo.
I think that Dobbs Ferry sniffed that out, seeing Colangelo
Second
in
down.
on offense. I think they sort of keyed up on the idea that he was going to be getting the ball potentially there. But
Too many
Rhinebeck,
white jerseys there.
yeah, Rhinebeck got overwhelmed in the blocking scheme on that play.
So second down 14 after that loss.
Let's go, Rhinebeck! You can do it!
Timeout Rhinebeck.
Timeout Rhinebeck.
5:12 to go, second quarter. Rhinebeck with the ball, trailing Dobbs 18-0 when we return. So second down and long. Colangelo rushing off the field. Looks like they had too many men. They fixed that. Maffei in the backfield. In motion was Jake Calcagni. He gets it. Sheds a tackle, takes a hit. Short gain, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Also a flag comes
We have
down.
a late hit there, Rob.
Carried by Jake Calcagni.
Najee Smith with another tackle for Dobbs Ferry. He's been all over the field on offense and defense. The confusion there prior to the timeout, Rob, was when Chris Colangelo went in and got tackled, he had thought he was in for just that one play. Now, whether he was supposed to stay in the game or whether the person playing offense for him because he's injured didn't realize he was supposed to go back in, whatever the case, there was a little bit of frustration, some temper, and so they had to call a timeout because they did not have their slot back in the game.
So they're working on getting that penalty enforced. It should be a 15-yard personal foul, I think.
I think that was on Cipriano. I'm seeing
It's
a
funny,
lot
too.
of
Jake Calcagni, the ball carrier, one of the stars of the lacrosse team, he's used to getting hit. And he is shifty, so not a bad idea to put him in there at running back. You can see the play was somewhat successful, and then with the penalty, it was extra successful.
I'll tell you, Rob, if Najee Smith was not there charging up to make that tackle, he had another 15 yards of daylight before another tackler was anywhere near him.
So Rhinebeck picks up their first down via, was it a first down? And the sticks are not set. The ball spotted, the sticks are not ready.
They are now moving the sticks, so that is their first down of the day.
Pick it up via the penalty.
First down, Black Hats.
Maybe you want to earn it more, but maybe this starts the ball rolling.
You know what,
for them.
Rob? To get momentum going, you'll take anything that you can to try and get something going for yourself. They haven't really had anything to hang their hat on, no pun intended. But the Black Hats definitely looking for something here. Oh, nice
That's a
double reverse.
Colangelo up the middle, in 6 or 7 yards. That was a nice little bit of trickery there.
Ball
Those are
carried
the
by
types of
Chris
plays we're
Colangelo.
used to seeing from Rhinebeck football.
Misdirection, triple back sets, slot backs.
XY2 Spider Z Banana, I believe, is
You got to look out for that banana, Steve.
right, exactly.
So second down and 4, and hold everything.
That's going to be the 4-minute warning, Rob.
Always sneaks up on you.
Without the official time being on the scoreboard clock, it's a little hard to figure out some of the calls, but it is the 4-minute warning, and now the clock has caught up.
So edging closer to halftime, 2nd down 4 for the Black Hats. And hold everything. That
A little bit of movement on the left end there, Rob. Gabe Ashram took a mini step just as the ball was about to be snapped. That's the tough thing about offense, because you get to know where you're going and the defense doesn't. You are not allowed to move forward at all until the ball is snapped, and Ashram obviously suffering for that.
That'll move it back 5 yards, 2nd down and
8, 7. Yeah, it's 2nd and 8.
I always try to be, I want to say 7.5. Doesn't it look like 7.5 to you?
Well, it was 2nd and 3 before, so. It definitely wasn't 2nd and 4. That would make it 2nd and 9 now.
Right.
Momentum still with Rhinebeck, though.
Give to Colangelo. He's met in the backfield and can't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Ball came loose, but he was already down.
Carried by Chris Colangelo.
So a loss of 2 on that play, Rob. Brings up 3rd and 10 now. And let's see if we see our first pass of the day for Rhinebeck.
This would be a good spot for it, and you're going to probably punt it away if you don't get it anyway.
Number 24, freshman Ryan O'Rourke has come into the game. He is split wide left. We'll see if they go to him or Jack Evans split wide right. Definitely looks to be a passing formation on 3rd and 10.
It is the first time they've put out 2 wide. Caparelli will pass, and he bounces it in front of O'Rourke. That brings up 4th down.
Pass incomplete. 4th
now,
down.
Rob, that is the one drawback to not throwing very often. We were watching Caparelli in warm-ups before the game. He looked very confident, standing tall, throwing the ball well, coming over the top. That pass had none of that. It was
the first pass he's thrown an hour and a half.
Yeah, and he didn't set his feet. He rushed it. He threw it low, and O'Rourke didn't really have any chance at that whatsoever.
This will be a punt. Capadia back to receive this one, high end over end. Goes out of bounds, tough one to spot. We'll see where they put it. Somewhere around the 35 or 40. Right around the 35 is where they're going to spot it.
Punted out of bounds. First down, 35-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10. Swap out the kicking ball. Capadia in the backfield, Smith in motion. Cipriano has the ball, keeps it, he's going to take off running. And Cipriano's got some daylight. Taken out of bounds. Big gain, about a 20-yard gain.
Good tackle from Ayala there.
First down, Dobbs Ferry.
Ayala was stuck there on that play on the right side, or that was possibly Dan Garofalo on the right side when Cipriano rolled out left. He had him frozen, and when your feet are planted in the ground, it is so hard to move laterally one way or the other.
Pitch to Smith, far side. Taken down, about a gain of 4 or 5.
Tackle there from Chris Carpenter. Colangelo, sorry. Not the Major League pitcher, but the Rhinebeck senior. Beautiful shoestring tackle from Colangelo on that play.
That could have been a much bigger gain.
Yep, trying to provide some motivation, some spark for the defense here. He's trying to fire up his teammates to play at his level. We'll see if he can get it done.
2nd down, 6. Cipriano keeps, evades, and runs up the middle. He's got the first down.
First down, Dobbs Ferry.
Gio Maffei had a nice pass rush on that, but Cipriano was able to elude it and decided to just tuck it and run. That's obviously a coaching tip that if you feel the rush or if you don't have your receiver open, automatically become a running back, because you know at this level they're going to be spreading out to hell and back trying to cover all these receivers. A lot of daylight for the quarterback to run.
Fresh set of downs and hold everything. We've got a flag.
So you lined up in the neutral zone? I believe so.
That's probably what it was.
Max Jussin checking into the game for the Rhinebeck Black Hats.
I'll be on Rhinebeck.
Then at defensive tackle, defensive end. It's a freshman, got a lot of size.
He is big for a freshman, yeah. Hand off to, it's Annunziato.
Nice tackle from Jake Calcagni. Dobbs Ferry calls a timeout. Just about 1 minute remaining, Rob.
Yeah, so Dobbs Ferry obviously trying to work the clock and get themselves another scoring opportunity here before the half expires. Well, they're still running the clock down, so there is under a minute. They're adjusting the clock. We'll get you how much time is left when we get back here on LMC TV. So it's 33 seconds remaining in the half. That makes that timeout make a lot more sense.
Definitely, and gives Rhinebeck a little bit of hope here that they can hold them down.
First and 10 on the 15. Cipriano looking to pass. Incomplete. Looking for Annunziato that time.
Incomplete.
Took about only 5 seconds off the clock, still 28 seconds.
Pretty good defense from Rhinebeck there. They had most of the receivers covered. They had a decent pass rush. Cipriano had time, but he rushed it a little bit and threw it behind Annunziato. Here comes Coach into the lineup for Annunziato.
That's an upgrade.
Kyle Coach, that man is a beast of a running back. Luckily, he has not caused too much damage for Rhinebeck.
You'll wonder if he might be in for pass protection here, because he is an experienced lineman and you'd expect him to pass here.
Right.
That's exactly what he's doing. Pass incomplete, almost intercepted by Dorico.
Great job from Dorico.
Pass incomplete.
Getting his mitts on that just to break it up. If he had gotten a little bit more leather, he might have been going the other way for a 90-yard interception return for a touchdown. That would sure spark this crowd.
So 24 seconds left. Third down and 10, ball on the 15.
Defense! Defense! Defense!
Rhinebeck essentially has to defend 2 more passes here.
Well, Chris Carpenter on the left defensive safety spot to the wide side of the field. We'll see if he'll be picking up Annunziato.
So run to Capadia. Snuffed out.
Capadia tackled by Colangelo.
Immediately a timeout called by Dobbs Ferry head coach Jim Moran.
Stop by Rhinebeck.
14.9
Timeout,
seconds.
Dobbs Ferry.
And a fourth down coming up on the other side of this timeout.
Huge defensive stop from Chris Colangelo.
No gain on the, now they're moving the stick. 4-yard gain, fourth down and, 5-yard gain. So it'll be a fourth down and 5 coming out of this timeout. Looks like it'll be a pretty quick one. 14.9 seconds remaining. That doesn't really matter now. It's essentially an untied down for Dobbs.
This is where, your coaches get a little bit of strategy and a little bit of motivational speaking. Got to try and gut up and get this fourth down stop.
Now you might say it's end zone or bust, but however, if they get the first down, the clock will stop to move the sticks.
Exactly.
And they can line up and spike the ball and maybe take another shot or
It
two
is
at
that
it.
dangerous wrinkle of high school and college sports in that the clock stops when the chains move. So they do not actually have to get into the end zone with only 15 seconds remaining. So you have 2 lines to gain that you must defend. The end zone goal line and the first down marker.
4th and a long 5. 4 wide for Dobbs. I think they're throwing. They are. Cipriano heaves it towards the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Pass to Capadia.
Touchdown, Dobbs.
24-0 Dobbs.
That was just tough to defend. Like you said, they spread the entire defense out from end line to end line, sideline to sideline, and then just had a simple crossing pattern over the middle, hit him in his hands, and he caught the ball. Not too complex.
There are still 9 seconds on the clock, so we'll have a kickoff after the extra point attempt. That's not DeRusso, that is Cipriano. Lining up, I wonder if this might be a trick play. Maybe direct snap.
Yeah, we shall see.
Some of the running backs are on the tight end positions on that field goal line. Ryan looks like they're ready to defend a fake as well.
Block that kick!
Snap is good, Cipriano is kicking, and it is good.
Point after is good.
So Cipriano throws a touchdown pass, adds the extra point. 25-0 Dobbs.
I guess that was a simple substitution for a different kicker.
How many times do you see a quarterback say, oh, I could do that?
Right, exactly. DeRusso unable to get enough air under the ball to really get it over the crossbar. And so, as you said, Cipriano probably said, you know what, Coach, I can do it.
He did it.
And they sent him in, and he sure did.
So it looks like they're going to call that the half.
That's the end of the first half.
So Ryan will head back to the locker room in search of some answers. They trail 25-0 to Dobbs Ferry. Not the first half they were looking to have, Steve.
You know, they were overpowered by Coach and by Capadia. And then Najee Smith's speed really just seemed to take them by surprise to a certain extent. And they just weren't really able to stop them on defense aside from a couple key stops. But unfortunately, those key stops were followed up with first down conversions by Dobbs Ferry. And that's really been the difference, is extending those drives and keeping the chains moving.
We'll see if they have any answers. Ryan will get the ball to start the second half. We'll see what they try to do then. And you'll see that next on LMC Varsity Sports. Back with the second half, DeRusso, who I think might have lost his PAT duty. Cipriano was practicing PATs during halftime.
He seems to have that sidewinder kickoff down pretty well, though.
It's kind of the, it's better for a squib kick to line it up that way. Clearly not a guy who
trying to
puts
make
a tee.
it hard to handle so that they don't get a catch and run back. The tee went farther than the
And
ball.
look who picks it up. It's Emilio Ayala. This time he tries to advance, and he got a few yards, maybe 5 yards on the return.
Penalty. Late flag
Return
comes
by
in.
Emilio Ayala.
We'll see if that's a late
Flag
hit.
on play.
Oddly, the clock is running.
Well, I think that's why the official time is being kept on the field, Rob.
I think the official signaled to keep it running, though.
Well, that can't be.
If you're enforcing a penalty after a kickoff, after the kickoff anyway, the clock doesn't run.
Yeah, I don't think there's a clock runoff on the first play. What was the penalty?
It was on Ryan Neck, and it must have been bad. They're marching it back
It had to be a
15 yards. That'd be a personal foul, not a
personal
hold.
foul, late hit by Rhyneck, I guess, after the ball was blown dead. I saw some extracurricular activity going on right at midfield, and I think someone tried to apply a block against Kyle Coach. Rather ill-advised.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Nah.
Just avoid him altogether.
Exactly.
Well, Rhyneck will have the ball. It's on their own 25-yard line. And off up the middle, and Gio Maffei with a nice little gain.
Ball carried by Gio Maffei.
That's a nice little hole they opened up on the left side there. In between Ian Gabriel and Dan Garofalo.
2nd and short. See if Rhinebeck can avoid those runs for losses we saw in the first half. Maybe a little change in strategy at the halftime. It's a handoff. Colangelo's got a 1st down and more. Fighting for more. He's across midfield.
Big run by Chris Reinhardt.
Well, it's only 2 plays in, Rob, but I think we can safely say that Rhinebeck has their energy level up, and they are not giving up on this game.
Really, I think the difference is the offensive line. They're making holds.
Ryan O'Rourke in at wide receiver, split left with Nick DeRico. This looks to be a passing opportunity. It looks like Coach
There's also a wing back in motion. Handoff Maffei, positive yardage.
Nice deception there, Rob, putting in the receiver, getting them to think pass, spreading that defense out a little bit. Had me fooled, thinking they were going to pass, and then gain of 5 on the run.
One thing about Rhinebeck is you can never doubt their play calling. Nick Iannello knows football and knows his team inside and out.
And he has been the master of misdirection for the past couple seasons, even conjuring some productive offenses out of some lack of talent. So,
especially last year when he switched his entire system to option. Handoff Maffei, this time he's right into the pile, no gain. Well, the only play call in history that you could question of Iannello's is going for 2 at the end of the state championship game and not getting it. But I've asked him about it. He said he'd call it that way 10 times out of 10. It just didn't happen.
Right.
Wasn't the wrong call. Just didn't get the ball in.
Jordan Loran, number 55 for Dobbs Ferry, crashed from the left end and came up with the tackle for a loss of about a yard on that last play, Rob.
Be a 3rd down and 7. Colangelo in motion. Play action. Caparelli chucks it deep. Overthrows the receiver, Ryan O'Rourke.
He had O'Rourke open.
Pass incomplete.
Number 22, Jordan Lyerly, was beaten on the play, but they just could not connect on the timing.
I like the idea, though. They haven't really tried to stretch the field yet, so at least see what kind of coverage Dobbs might want to use. Now punt formation for the Black Hats.
Now, an interesting coaching philosophy question there. Do you try for the take your shot, or do you try and keep the sticks moving?
Caparelli picks up the snap. Nice punt. And it's going to take a Rhinebeck bounce just to the 10-yard line. It'll go out of bounds. Nice punt by Caparelli.
46-yard net punt there, Rob. That's pretty spectacular statistic for Caparelli.
Looks like he's able to really get that end-over-end spin where when the ball hits, it'll keep rolling forward. And punting from that far away and at the high school level, that's what you want.
So what we were talking about before that last play, Rob, you know, the coaching choice between trying to move the sticks and going and taking the shot. I like the idea of taking a shot. You're down 25-0. You really have nothing to lose. Let's see if we can connect on a play there on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Otherwise, look, they've pinned them down at the 10. If they can get some field position defense going here, they could try another shot on the next possession.
Hand off to the outside. Was Annunziato on the carry for a gain of about 5.
Tackle made by Jack Evans on that play, Rob.
If you're Rhinebeck, maybe you don't get points, but you have to be happy with how that last offensive series went.
Yeah.
2nd and 5 here for the Eagles. Capadia switches direction. Carries the pile, gets the first down.
Ayala in on the stop there,
First
as
down,
well as I
Dobbs Ferry.
think Colangelo. But they did get enough for the first down, so the sticks will move. It'll be 1st and 10 at their 22, Rob.
Bad news, though, for Dobbs Ferry. Capadia is down. Looks like maybe a cramp. Injury timeout for Dobbs Ferry. 6:06 to go, third quarter. 25-0 Eagles over the Black Hats.
Timeout on the field.
So Capadia getting worked out on the sidelines. Kyle Coach checks into the backfield. And he gets the ball, rumbles to the outside. Shows a pretty nice speed there, too.
Well, the ball, not surprisingly, goes to Coach. He's able to get around the corner there, but Colangelo able to get him down
First down,
just as he
Dobbs Ferry.
crosses the first down marker. Good tackle from Colangelo.
Coach in the backfield again. Smith in motion. He gets the pitch near side. Smith elusive, gets through some tackles, finally taken down. Nick DeRico along with Jake Calcagni on the stop, but Smith able to pick up the first down. Really, if you look at it, maybe this game isn't going the way you want for Rhinebeck, but two tough opponents to start the season. There's only 5 teams in Class C in Section 1 this year for
And
football.
4 of them are going to make the playoffs.
4 are going to make the playoffs, exactly. So as long as you get in, it's about getting ready for the playoffs.
Right, exactly. It's sort of like a seasoned veteran team that, well, after Coach carries for just 2 or 3 yards there. It's like a seasoned veteran team like the Spurs or something who have been going to the playoffs time and time again. All you really want to do is get healthy and get some experience and be hardened and ready for the playoffs. So it's not so much about wins and losses right now as it is about developing this young roster and getting them prepared for the games later in the year and seeing if they can't make a run with the talent that they have later this season.
Handoff, Smith sheds a tackle, first down. And it's interesting you bring that up, too, because that's exactly what happened with Woodlands last year. Rhinebeck hosted them pretty early in the season, second or third week, and trounced them.
Right.
And then something
clicked on that team, and all of a sudden, later in the season,
took Rhinebeck out in the section championship.
You know, and when you think about that, when you have a lot of young players on a team, it takes a little while to get used to the hitting, the level of the speed, the level of contact that happens, and just how to maintain your composure.
This is Annunziato. He's got some daylight. Tripped up at the last second. Max Pasquina, fantastic last-ditch tackle. But a nice long run there for Annunziato.
Brought down by Max Pasquina.
Pasquina was in on a tackle a few plays
down,
ago as well. Looks like we have an injured player down here at midfield.
We'll take a break as a Dobbs Ferry player gets tended to. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. We'll be right back on LMC TV. Back out of the injury timeout, 1st and 10, Dobbs on the 15. Run up the middle.
Annunziato is in at quarterback for a Cipriano who went off with cramps and is now being stretched out.
Oh, is that who that was?
On the far 40-yard line. He popped up and ran off the field, but obviously those cramps were still in effect because he is back down on the ground being tended to on the sidelines.
It's cramp season. Early in the season, the weather's still warm.
So the cramp snipers are out.
And they are active. So Annunziato under center. 2nd down, 5, hands off to Smith. Close to a first down.
Najee Smith was ruled down at the 1 or 2 yard line.
Wow.
So it'll be 1st and goal for Dobbs Ferry.
1st and goal, Dobbs Ferry.
Looks like the ball will be on the 3 yard line. Getting late in the third quarter here, just a minute and a half left.
Push it back, Ryan!
Rhinebeck's possession to start the quarter was quite lengthy. Took a lot of time off the clock.
Jordan Lyerly is out left. We'll see if we get a fade pass or some sort of quick pass to Lyerly.
Also got Coach in the backfield. That was a keeper, and that did not work.
Great job from Ian Gabriel stopping Annunziato on that quarterback keeper. I'm not sure if that was the play or if he missed the handoff, but Gabriel was right there to meet him and tackle him in the backfield for a loss of about 5 on the play.
If it was a play that
4.
they wanted to develop, it had no time to develop.
No.
Let's see it again!
Looks like Cipriano was able to come back in. Second and goal from the 5. Coach in the backfield, flanked by Smith. It's Smith rushing near side, and he's taken down.
Another great tackle from Colangelo. Man, the one-handed bandit is all over the field for Rhinebeck today, Rob.
Third down.
Third down and goal, and
loss of about another yard. It'll be third and goal from the 6 here.
if the scoreboard clock's official, the third quarter is going to run out, and that is indeed what's going to happen here. So we're through 3. Rhinebeck able to pitch a shutout in the third. No points for either team. The score at the end of 3, the same as the score after 2, 25-0 Dobbs Ferry. Fourth quarter action coming up next on LMC TV.
So we're back at the start of the fourth quarter. It's third and goal. Capriano goes left, bootleg, and is tackled at the 10-yard line again by Colangelo. Colangelo, as I said, is all over the field, this time ranging all the way over to his right, following the quarterback and tackling him at the 8-yard line. So it'll now be fourth and goal at the 8.
It looks like a different unit is coming in. Well, they're going to try a field goal. They haven't not go with the extra points.
It appears to be Danny DeRusso in to attempt the field goal. It'll be from the right hash mark. It'll be a 25-yard attempt.
Now the far tight end on the right is Najee Smith, so there's always that option.
The kick is up. No good. Oh, it is good. It makes it over the crossbar. And the kick is up and good.
Not by much, but good enough.
3 points on the board makes it 28-0 Dobbs Ferry over Rhinebeck here at the start of the fourth quarter. We'll be back in just a moment with the kickoff here on LMC TV, Varsity Sports. So it looks to be Cipriano in to kick off. The same sort of kickoff attempt, though, with the ball planted sideways, lengthwise. Squib kick goes right to Ayala. Oh, and he's going to run it back this time. He fights across midfield and is down inside Dobbs Ferry territory at the Dobbs Ferry 49-yard line. Nice 11-yard return by Emilio Ayala. I think he ran about 40 or 50 yards to get that 11-yard return, though, Rob.
A little bit side-to-side action, but the yards count the same.
Hey, you take what the defense gives you, and in that instance, running straight up the gut, he saw nothing but white jerseys, so he took it around the right side and ended up getting outside. It was that last defender who got him down.
How about Emilio Ayala, the Black Hat star kick returner?
Right, exactly. I don't think that's...
Well, not the way they drew it up.
I don't know what if the Coach Iannello had that in mind when he put him out on the left side there. So Caparelli back under center. Drops back to pass. Puts it up deep. He's got his receiver. Oh, almost intercepted. Pass intended for number 88, John Luiso.
Pass incomplete.
Defended by Danny DeRusso, the senior defensive back for the Eagles.
I had a feeling Rhinebeck might be thinking about throwing when they went out with 2 wide instead of 1.
Right.
That's a look they don't usually go with unless they're throwing.
And in this situation at midfield on first down, that seems like a solid opportunity to take a shot deep, because now you have 3 more attempts to try and get the yard to gain. Gio Muffet on the fake. The ball goes to Colangelo. He is brought down by Hadi Darvish after a loss of about a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for the Black Hats. Back into the game is John Luiso. And now coming in, number 3, Jake Calcagni.
Good athletes on the field for Ryan next. See if they can make a play. Too wide, maybe they'll pass. They sent Colangelo wide.
Oh, that could have been. Oh no, that's just a shame.
The worst part is the play probably should have been blown dead. I thought there was a false start or something.
I spoke a little bit as the play was being snapped because I thought that Colangelo did turn upfield just a hair too soon. I guess we all saw it, but the referees did not. One instance where you sort of wish that a play had been blown dead, because that was a loss of about 19 on that play. It'll be 4th down. No, the loss of 15 on the play. It'll be 4th down and 25.
Capadia is back in the game to return the punt.
4th down and 30 for Ryan-Eck. Yep, and Capadia is back in to receive. Short snap. The kick is good. Kick is off. And it takes a Ryan-Eck roll inside the 40. Down at the 36-yard line. Down by Ben Galern. So when we return, it'll be 1st and 10, Dobbs Ferry at their own 36-yard line. We'll be back in just a moment on LMC TV, Varsity Sports. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 36. Handoff to number 8, junior Kenny Torres. And it looks like with a 28-point lead, Dobbs Ferry has brought in their 2nd unit.
Come on, Jake, let's go, boy!
These are the clock munchers.
With the exception of a few players here on Ryan-Eck, it looks like we have some 2nd unit players coming in there as well.
Come on, Jake!
Handoff around the left side to Malik Grant. He cuts it back across the middle and is brought down after a gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Eagles at the Dobbs Ferry 45-yard line. It's one thing you'll see in the small school football is several underclassmen, some of their top athletes, they do have them on the varsity squads, and they even do see action from time to time. Oh, tackled in the backfield for a loss. Solid play by Lamont Bryant.
He got in there quickly.
Also in on the play is number 74, senior co-captain Mark Chinchuli. So with 4th and about 6, Dobbs Ferry elects to punt.
It's Azurman Calcagni to return.
Number 55, Jordan Loran, in to punt.
They're just waiting to take maximum time off the clock here.
We'll see if Ryan-Eck can't turn this into something here with about 5 minutes to go in the game. Definitely do not want to be shut out. And the punt is off. Lands at about the 35. Azram bobbles it a little bit, able to pick it up. Almost gets outside. Penalty flag on the field. We'll see if it's a late hit or holding.
Not a bad return from Azram, but if he hadn't bobbled it, I think he would have been able to get around the side a little quicker. He had a little more space to work with then.
Right. Those are those tough kind of punts when they go end over end and then rocket off the bounce of the ground. You're not really sure which direction it's going to go. I give Azram a lot of credit for even getting his hands on that and stopping it so that he can pick it up.
Still waiting for the signal here. So it's going against Ryan Eck.
Penalty on Ryan Eck.
Must have been a hold.
So it was a personal foul. I believe it was a late hit after the play was dead.
It looks like they put it back 10 yards, though.
Okay. I saw him.
Is there a 10-yard personal foul?
I don't believe so, but that seems to be what they marched it off. So the ball will be placed at the 34-yard line of the Black Hats, and they will start there. We have Ryan O'Rourke split wide, solo left. Now Chris Colangelo coming in and giving some last-minute coaching relay to his running back, and he's now split as the slot back on the left side. Caparelli hands it off to Gio Maffei.
Carried by Gio Maffei.
Maffei gains about 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Ryan Eck at their own 26-yard line.
Now, I've waited until there's 4.5 minutes left to say this. We caught a real break with the weather today.
I was wondering when you were going to mention that, and I'm glad you didn't until now, because yes, if you look at the radar, folks, during action, it looked like it was going to pour on us. And now the skies will open and pour, I'm sure.
Well, we're almost done here anyway.
Caparelli hands it off to Colangelo. Colangelo with a nice fake gets out to the 36-yard line, across the 35, enough for a 1st down. Tackle made by Ted Annunziato for Dobbs Ferry.
By Chris Colangelo.
Colangelo able to move the sticks and get the 1st down.
You can sort of see this Ryan Eck offensive line starting to come together. They have running backs that can make some plays, but they need a little bit of space to work with. When they get the space, they're having some good positive games.
That's where the misdirection really comes in, and that's something I think that Coach Iannello is going to be able to work on with his players, teaching them the fumbled snap by Caparelli. Looks like he was able to fall on it, so it'll be 2nd down and 10, maybe 11, depending on where the spot is. As I was saying, Coach Iannello needs to have time beyond just the training camp and a scrimmage or two to sort of show these players new to the program and new to the playing time just how that type of misdirection works and how the blocking schemes work for that. It's very key. So 2nd and 11, Colangelo. Ooh, the misdirection does not work there as Maffei is eaten up by number 75, Leon Campbell, and number 15, Hadi Darvish. Loss of about 4 on the play. Nope, correction. They spot it back at the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd down and 11, no gain.
Gotta love that forward progress rule.
I'll take it at this point.
See if Ryan Eck goes to throw here or what they elect to do.
John Luiso split wide right. Alongside him is Jack Evans. Caparelli drops back to pass, goes deep over the middle, has a receiver, Nick DeRico, but he spun him around a little bit and overthrew him in the end.
He got tied up with Cipriano there. It was a legal defense because Cipriano was playing the ball and not the player.
Exactly.
However, since they got slowed down, that's why the ball looked overthrown.
Right, and that guy that tied him up, and so he tried to spin out of that contact and catch back up with the throw, but as you said, it ended up appearing to be overthrown as a result. Good effort from DeRico on that. So it's now 4th and 11. With about 2 minutes, Ryan Eck is electing to punt.
It's a fake.
Fake punt to Dorico is sniffed out immediately by his matching number, Najee Smith, and he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 3.
Turnover on down.
And a turnover on down. So Dobbs Ferry, with a little bit over 1 minute remaining in the game, will take over at the Rhinebeck 31-yard line, up 28-0. We'll be back in just a moment on LMC TV. So the second string offense in the game for Dobbs Ferry. Whistle, I guess, was an errant whistle.
Might have been from the soccer field.
Could have been from the adjacent soccer field, had me fooled.
Yeah, Rhinebeck Scarsdale game's getting started up over there. That's going to cause a little confusion in the closing minutes.
Freshman Patrick Straub in at quarterback for Dobbs Ferry.
Second down, 25-yard line.
We'll see if Rhinebeck can't make something special happen in these waning seconds here. Straub hands it off to Alex Sawamura. Was that? Yes, that was Sawamura on the carry. Pickup of about 4 on the play, makes it third down and inches, as the third down stick appears to be right at the first down stick. They're not going to stop it for official measurement with under a minute remaining, though.
Fumble snap.
Fumbled snap by Straub. He falls on it there. It'll be fourth down and short, as the ball is ruled dead at the 24-yard line. So it'll be fourth down and about 3
Fourth
here.
down.
This should be the final play if they even get it off.
10 seconds on the clock. Kind of wondering why no one took a timeout, or
Yep, so the
also
clock
why they
winds
didn't come out of
down.
victory formation earlier.
I think he wanted to get his team some action there. No sense just taking a knee, and that'll do it. So the final score here at Rhinebeck High School is Dobbs Ferry 28, Rhinebeck 0. We'll be back in just a minute with post-game commentary here on LMC TV, Varsity Sports. So that'll do it here from Rhinebeck High School. Final score 28-0 Dobbs Ferry. Definitely not the kind of result that Rhinebeck was looking for, but I think there were some things that they could build on, to quote Herm Edwards.
Oh, absolutely. The second half, while they didn't have it result in any points, they definitely showed they made a couple stops on defense.
Right.
They were able to advance the ball on offense, although not as consistently as they would like. And like I said earlier, 4 of the 5 teams in Class C are going to make the playoffs. So their big game is next week, where they face Haldane, a team they historically do pretty well against.
Right.
And if they're able to win that game, they should at least be able to have a good shot at a 4 seed. So, and then the rest of the regular season, you can really focus on wins and losses. Yeah, you want to win games, but you really want to focus on getting better and getting ready for the playoffs.
So Rhinebeck will look to work on their blocking schemes and try and improve some of those misdirection plays so that they can get some more offensive production going. But until then, they'll just be shoring things up and trying to improve and develop their players and improve the program to get it to where they expect it to be.
Absolutely, and Coach Iannello has done a great job over the years.
Yes.
Making teams better. He's made adjustments just last year, like we said during the broadcast. The first half of the season, the offense was sputtering a little bit, and he made a big switch. He put his star receiver, Jake Sevion, in a quarterback, switched the option system, and the offense took off running from there. Even when Sevion was out for a game or two, they had the star running back, Dom Brescia, running the offense like that in a Wildcat sense, and even that was working. So Coach Iannello can make adjustments. He might still be in the evaluation phase, see what he has, see what he can do with it.
The skill position players are strong on this team. They need to shore up the blocking, I think, a little bit. Defense was strong. That coach was a tough player to have to face. That guy was really difficult to bring down. And Acadia as well was also very difficult to tackle.
Well, those are 2 unique talents for such a small school.
Right.
Again, only 5 schools are this small. There's a couple smaller, but that even play football. So it's so rare to see, especially a guy coach's size at a school like this and playing running back. It's so hard to defend.
For Rob Moretti, this is Steve Anastas coming from Rhinebeck High School, a 28-0 defeat for the Rhinebeck Black Hats. We'll be back with more broadcasts in the future. Come back to LMC TV Varsity Sports.